Hello, welcome to the Soulprint Weekly Pick Your Crystal Readings. This is for the week of January 22nd through the 28th. Okay, so today we have this sort of soft baby blue. We have green, and we have this, I'm calling it brown, but it's actually one of my favorite crystals that has like lavender in it and just all sorts of different tones and colors. But just for ease, we're going to call it brown. Okay, and put them on here so you can probably see them better. All right, and then that one. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. If you're interested in a personal reading, if you look in the drop box below, there's an email address of soulprint888@gmail.com. You can just send me a quick request for information. I am currently booking the beginning of February. So just something to keep in mind. All right, so as you know, you can pick one, two, or all three crystals. I'm going to be quiet for a second and see which crystal or crystals resonate with you, and we will get started in a moment. Okay, here we go. Start with the blue. There we go. Okay, what do we have here? We have the Four of Wands, the King of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Chariot. All right. So, the Page and the Knight of Wands. So, the Page talks about good news. Sometimes it can be work related. It can also just be about communications coming through that are good news. And the King is sort of kind of an entrepreneurial energy. It's someone who speaks with authority, takes actions. He's really not so much of a thinker as he is a doer. Okay. And so this is kind of nice energy to start a reading with because it sort of indicates some forward movement on something that would have to do with communications or conversations that you might need to be having. It has to do with it's sort of a bit of a take charge energy. It's about kind of moving forward and just pulling it all together and marching forward, I guess. So followed by the Ace of Cups and the Chariot, I'm also really, really lucky because the Ace of Cups is about, new beginnings. It is about, emotions. It is about happiness. There is a sense of sometimes new relationships, sometimes it's a new start, but it's definitely an energy of happiness. And because it's following these two wands, it very much feels like there could be some communications that you've been waiting for, conversations that you're wanting to have, that kind of energy around this. But the Ace of Cups indicates that it should be, pleasant conversations, or there should be a sort of a loving resolution, if you will. And I like the Chariot here because the Chariot is about going forward. Now, sometimes the Chariot is a little bit of a flurry, sometimes it is a wee bit chaotic, but in the end, you end up moving in the direction you need to go in to get to where you need to go. Okay. And so this is an energy about moving forward and finding that sense of happiness or contentment. This is talking about just that sense of beginnings, of new starts, of a way to look at things differently. It has a feeling of it about finding the words to find your happiness. Interestingly, the other thing that just struck me is that this also could very well be a message about manifestation. and using your words and your actions and creating um, manifestation energy to bring you that happiness and to create that going forward motion that perhaps you might be looking for. So again, a really interesting energy. Always remember, that your thoughts create your words create your actions become your reality. And so it's very important that you know, we can't go through life sort of um, like as a sightseer to our own life. Okay. We have to be present. We have to be, working towards the kind of destinies, the kind of results that we wish. And I just really like the energy of this because it's about figuring out what you want, communicating that, and being able to go forward with it. So, whatever this pertains to, that's where we're going with that energy. Alrighty, now let's take a look at this green crystal. And what do we have here? We have them upside down. We can start right there. Okay, hold on. There we go. All right. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have Judgment. We have the Knight of Wands and the Six of Wands. Okay. So, an interesting energy. The Five of Pentacles can sometimes talk about, just a temporary hardship. Sometimes it can talk about um, a restriction or, you know, something that is sort of blocking your path going forward, particularly with results, because or with regards, this is because it's a pentacle. So you're talking about money, you're talking about finances, financial hardships or setbacks, that kind of thing. But what's so interesting to me is it's followed by the judgment card, and it just makes me think about waiting for results. It makes me think of waiting for a judgment, waiting for something maybe that's in the court system to settle, maybe something that you're waiting for, results regarding your health, perhaps regarding maybe you're moving and there's an inspection that you're wanting done. Maybe in order to deal with some of the hardships, there are things that you have decided to release, perhaps sell. And again, that creates a sense of somebody needs to judge it like worthy. Okay. So that's sort of the energy that this is talking about. But what is really lovely is you have the Knight of Wands. So interestingly, very often the Knight of Wands can talk about actually a move or a change of residence. Sometimes it can talk about, a long trip. But I also like the Knight of Wands because it often represents a sense of communications that are moving forward. It is a energy of forward motion, and it is a wand, and so we're talking about communications, we're talking about correspondence, that kind of thing. But what I'm really loving is the Six of Wands here. Because as you know, the Six of Wands is just hands down, invariably a victory card. It is a card of recognition. It is a card of success. It is a card of, people looking up to you or admiring something you've done or accomplished. A great little card. And so, the message behind this story of these four cards really is about moving from a place of, difficulty or hardships. And listen, we all go through it. We all have to make hard choices sometimes in life. We all have to make, decisions because, maybe there just isn't, um, financially things are just not flowing to you the way they should be, or something has gotten held up or stuck. But the judgment card here is nice because this is not a harsh judgment. Don't forget, the judgment card often sort of has a feeling of karma attached to it. And so, sometimes it's good karma, sometimes not so much. But it definitely feels, because of the two cards that follow it, it really does feel like a positive judgment coming your way, and that sense of being able to move forward, getting the information or the communications that you need, and ultimately finding yourself in a place where there really is a sense of victory or success. So again, lovely, lovely cards, lovely energies. And it's kind of funny, right? Because green is often a crystal that is associated with money. And so even though you're starting off with that Five of Pentacles, it does not feel dire. It does not feel like this is the end of the world for you. It very much feels sort of like a hiccup. And as you're going to move beyond that, you're going to find that you just find yourself in a much stronger and more successful energy and place and space. So lovely. And finally, let's look at this brown lavender cream card. Crystal, sorry. Let's see what the cards have to say, shall we? Good Lord, I've got these things all upside down. All right, we're starting with the Death card. Do not freak out. It's followed by the Knight of Pentacles, which is followed by the King of Pentacles, which is followed by the Three of Cups. Again, I'm liking this energy. So as you know, the Death card almost always talks about an ending, a new beginning. It talks about a rebirth. It talks about, something that ends so that things can begin again, so that there is a sense of renewal. The Knight of Pentacles, followed by the King of Pentacles, what's not to like, right? The Knight of Pentacles is about a successful outcome. It might take some work, it might take some effort, but there's definitely an energy of a successful outcome coming your way. The King of Pentacles, of course, is about resources, somebody who is successful, facts and figures, that kind of thing, become very, very powerful. They're well managed. All right, and so we have a sense with the first three cards of a rebirth, a new beginning, closure to something whose time was done, and an energy of starting over, starting fresh, kind of like literally sort of rising from the ashes and creating something new and better. All right. I'm really liking, I know it sounds kind of creepy, but I really am liking the Death card in this, because as you move forward, it's very much about finding a sense of success, a sense of security, a sense of stability. And who doesn't want and need that? And ultimately, you're ending with the Three of Cups, which is terrific, right? This is about a celebration. This is about the support of, sort of divine feminine energy. It is about a success, something that is to be, celebrated and honored, enjoyed. And I'm really, really liking this because there's definitely that feeling of almost like a new beginning, a fresh start, and the resources that you need fall into place, come together the way you need them to, and that then creates the opportunity for you to move forward in a way that creates successes and happiness and a celebratory energy to your life, your experience, whatever this is that it's pertaining to. I'm really liking this. This feels like sort of a card to recognize that every ending brings with it a new beginning. And very often, endings and their new beginnings end up taking us to a better and higher place. And in that, there is always a sense of, joy and celebration. So this is a really, really lovely reading talking about just simply moving forward and finding the financial wherewithal or the financial security or material security that you are looking for. All right. Well, thank you so very, very much for being here. I hope to see you next week. Have a wonderful week. Bye for now.